Hello, Peter Greenlaw here. I'm the founder of the new health conversation movement, which I think we sorely need. It's a registered trademark U.S. Patent Office. You know, it's unbelievable. On my phone now, I get this thing called Newsbreak, and they send me, original content over and over again, and I really try and keep up with things. So let's talk about it again. They're wearing me out, okay? They're talking about what's the best diet, how can you lose weight, et cetera. And one of the things they keep beating the drum on, can I lose weight without following a specific diet? Okay, let me read. Yes, it's possible to lose weight without following a specific diet. Weight loss ultimately comes down to creating a calorie deficit, whether through dietary changes or increased physical activity. However, structured diets can provide guidance, support, and accountability, making it easier for some individuals to achieve their weight loss. Total hogwash, completely discredited. The biggest fallacy of all these diets, when you lower the caloric intake, and then you're saying you're going to lower the calories, you're going to increase your physical activity, guess what happens? Not because of Peter Greenlaw. Look, I've worked for the last 20 years with some of the top oncologists, molecular biologists, geneticists, nutraceutical chemists in the entire world, and they've been chasing this same dragon, Puff the Magic Dragon. They can't ever catch it, though. They've analyzed every diet scheme there is on the planet, okay? And this whole concept of lowering calories is nonsense. Start with this. The body doesn't even know what a calorie is. What's a calorie? It's a measurement. The only way you can measure calories in a laboratory, we're never craving calories. We're always craving nutrition. So here's the fallacy of all those, which are disproven, by the way, in these big medical studies. I mean, there was one that was just published in the Annals of the, here it is right here, Annals of Internal Medicine, 12 months, intermittent fasting, but the other one was caloric reduction, exactly what they're talking about here. In 12 months, the most anybody lost by lowering calories was 13 pounds. 13 pounds in a year. This is just nonsense. 80% of Americans are overweight, 50% of those people are obese. This is the anti-diet. The main reason to even think about a program, it should be backed by peer-reviewed medical studies. And you've got to understand, here's what's going on. When you're lowering calories, you're lowering nutrition. When you do that, your body freaks out. It goes and seeks the nutrition. Where does it find it? Sadly, in our organs, like our brain and our heart, but most importantly, in our muscles. And when you lose lean muscle mass, you slow your metabolism down. You come off the diet, you gain all the weight back. So now let's go on a diet, lower the calories, and now exercise more. Really? Do you see? I mean, you can do anything you want, and you will lose weight on a diet. But what does the scientific evidence prove? That you lose lean muscle mass. There was just a big study done in the Journal of the American Medical Association on intermittent fasting, the rage, don't eat for 16 hours, eat for 8. They said it. The main thing people lost was lean muscle mass. I mean, it just, I don't know. It makes me, it's sad. It really is, because we've been told for years that that was the key. And how many of you went on diets, you lost weight, you gained it all back. You thought it was your fault. You did something wrong. No, you didn't. But what's the real cause? What is really going on here? And this is probably a shameless plug for me. I discovered a medical syndrome called TDOS. Stands for toxicity, nutritional deficiency, being overweight, and stress. And all those four come together and undermine any chance we have to lose weight, maintain weight loss, and improve our health. Look, here's the reality of what's going on. We are drinking and breathing and eating chemicals, and as they enter our body, we have no control. The body, first the liver goes, whoo, okay, out of here. But the body then takes the chemical to protect us and stuffs it inside a fat cell. There's no diet ever tested that removes toxins from the body. We're storing them inside of us. And they're storing them in our visceral fat. I mean, many of you know, you get down to 8 or 9 pounds, you're at the gym, you're doing sit-ups, you're doing Pilates, you're sitting in the steam room, you can't lose it. Well, it makes sense because the kidneys and the liver are there. And the first thing the body does as a line of protection, it builds fat around the liver and the kidneys. These are not my opinions, by the way. Peter Greenlaw is not the expert, but I became an expert on the experts. I'm you could call me, I'm a, investigative medical researcher. That's really what I am. They call me the researcher of the researchers because it's not my research. I mean, how many of you would have known about this Annals of Internal Medicine study, unless I just told you? The big buzz on the internet is intermittent fasting. Well, in that study, in 12 months, people lost 10 pounds in a year. How much longer? Look, I know you're skeptical. I see how many people look at, view our TikTok channel, and how few actually take the next step to go to our website, R2MProtocol.com, the number 2MProtocol.com. The science is there. There's no hype. There's no infomercials. There's no celebrity endorsements or professional athletes. And with all due respect, medical doctors, nutritionists, dietitians, whatever. I mean, do you know that medical doctors take between 12 and 20 hours of nutrition in medical school? You think that's enough time? Look, I've been doing this 20 years. I've read over 500 books, done over 10,000 hours of research. I flew 2 million miles just on United, meeting these world-class experts. What were they looking for? This magic bullet for weight loss and health. It's now been found in 3 new peer-reviewed medical studies, real studies. A peer-reviewed study is the highest you can go. What did they find? They found in the studies, 80% women, 20% men, no one exercised. They weren't allowed to because they didn't want that to be an outlier. But what did they conclude? So instead of losing 10 or 12 pounds in a year, the least anybody lost in a month was 16 pounds. Some people lost a pound a day, and yet every person gained 6 to 8% lean muscle mass. But that's not the reason to do this. Put that aside for me, okay? I mean, I know that's incredible, and you're probably blown away, but we're used to. We've had. I mean, I don't even want to tell you the stories about. We've had people lose 50, 60 pounds in a month. I mean, it's crazy, I know, but let's leave that aside. That's not the reason to do it. Here's the reason that we all should pay attention to this. 92.3% of the population, according to the CDC, is metabolic unhealthy with 3 of 5 factors: overweight, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. 92.3%. I hope you're in the 7.7% that's not. 1 in 3 adults are pre-diabetic. They're saying now 50% of Americans have a chronic disease. Does anyone think this stuff is working? In the study, the medical study, proven all 5 of those factors came down. Blood sugar, blood pressure, and as I said, 1 in 3 adults are pre-diabetic. You want to get your blood sugar under control. You want your cholesterol, and you specifically triglycerides. I learned this. Do you know that 100 million Americans is estimated to have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Primary cause, high triglycerides. I know we're all concentrated on cholesterol and good and bad cholesterol, but you better pay attention to triglycerides, which came down in the study in 30 days by 21%. That's the reason to consider this. Yeah, the weight loss is a throw-in. That's just, I mean, I know it's important to all of us. It certainly is a vanity thing, and it's a marker of health. And granted, a lot of those numbers came down because people lost tremendous amounts of weight safely in a really short period of time. It's never been seen before. On almost all diets, they estimate you lose about 50% of your lean muscle mass. And it takes you a long time to gain that back, because when you lose the muscle mass, you lose your metabolism. When you go back off the diet, you gain all the weight back, the yo-yo effect. But my gosh, dieting and exercise, I mean, really, it makes no sense. It just makes no sense at all. As a matter of fact, there have been many studies that have said exercise is tremendous for cardiovascular. Certainly I exercise. I have a trainer. But as far as long-term weight loss, it's been proven it really doesn't work. So you can do, whatever you want. If you want to continue dieting, if you want to ignore us, if you want to pretend, or you can go to R2M Protocol. Look at real science. Believe your lying eyes. Don't believe Peter Greenlaw. Don't. Because I'm not the expert. And I don't want to be convincing people. There's these slick things that you see on TikTok. I've seen a few of them. And I go through the whole thing. It's like 15 or 20 minutes long. Well, we have I saw one today, a cure for tinnitus, the ringing in the ears. Well, at the end, it was some pill that there's no scientific evidence behind it, done, whatever. But we've got, for example, this big rage now, these keto gummy bears were on Shark Tank. They were never on Shark Tank. Mark Cuban and Barbara Corcoran came out and said, total lie, totally made up. This is what's going on. And then do you really believe this stuff? You see it. There's another one, some liver pill you can take, and you're going to lose tremendous amounts of weight. It's not one shred of evidence behind it. Hey, we need to do something about this obesity epidemic. It is probably the greatest threat to mankind ever. But don't bring on this nonsense, this white noise. Show me a peer-reviewed medical study. Okay, then I'll pay attention. And like I said, you can do whatever you want. You can believe those celebrity endorsements. You can look at it. Also, big came out today that all the shots, and I'm not even against the shots, but everyone losing lean muscle mass. I work with a big medical spa, and they brought me in because every patient that they had on the shot was losing lean muscle mass. We put them on the R2M protocol, and they gained lean muscle mass. But the main reason to do this is forget weight. That's a tremendous side benefit. But the main reason to do it is to improve and maximize your quality of life potential. So I hope you will go to r2mprotocol.com, r2mprotocol.com. You can be as skeptical as you want. I want you to be skeptical. But look at the science. If you believe in science, then there's a little form. You can fill it out. They'll contact us. We will contact you personally and go over how this could help you. So I hope this has been helpful. Have a wonderful day. And like I said, I hope you'll go there.